Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm chatting with Michael Henrichsen from Goldshore Resources. Guys, lately it feels like there is a buzz coming back to junior mining, and it was a pretty rough few years, but suddenly our phones are ringing off the hook. We're getting a lot more views on everything we're doing, and it's because gold prices are crushing all-time highs, and names like Goldshore are probably names you want to give a look at if you are looking to build out your watch list for junior mining names. This company has over 200,000 meters of historic drilling, and from indicated to inferred, they have over 6 million ounces in the ground with their Moss Lake Gold project. So we thought it'd be a good idea to have Michael on, have him tell our audience about the project, and let you guys make up your mind on how you feel about it. So, guys, enjoy the interview. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good to be here.
So, Michael, it seems to me like every morning I wake up, I check the price of gold, and there it's up a little bit. Um, uh, Now, I assume that you are CEO of a junior mining company that's focused on gold exploration. You probably are bullish on the price of gold, I would imagine. What's your general thesis on gold, and what are the things you think about that get you excited when you think about the current price momentum in gold?
Well, look, I think obviously sitting at an all-time high, it's hard not to be excited about the price of gold. I think it's going to continue the upward trajectory here. We've got, the U.S. Fed cutting rates. We've got geopolitical uncertainty, global economic uncertainty. And so to me, we're really just seeing, back to safe haven buying here in the gold price. And I think that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. It feels to me that we're very early on in a bull run in gold here. And certainly we're poised to take advantage of it here with Goldshore.
So you mentioned Goldshore. What's the high level overview of the company?
Yeah, high level overview is we're a gold development company where we have a large scale bulk tonnage asset in Northern Ontario, just off of the Trans-Canada Highway with a combined indicated and inferred ounce profile of 6.7 million ounces. And we're looking to move that through the economic studies and try and get to a construction decision here as soon as we can.
So how much historic drilling has been on the project?
Yeah, total drilling into the Moss deposit, which is the main deposit we would like to develop, is about 235,000 meters. So we got a
Wow.
very good handle on it now. It's one of these assets that's been around for a long time. It came out of West Dome mining in 2021. Goldshore was formed. Goldshore's put 80,000 meters into it, and has over doubled the resource base with that meterage. So this is not a static project, right? This is one that's got room to grow, not only near deposit, but also sort of from an exploration standpoint in and around the deposit.
So what can you tell me about the current resource estimate? Do you guys have one? I assume with all that drilling you would.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got our current resource estimate is 1.5 million ounces, and in the indicated category at about 1.23 grams per ton. The balance 5.2 million ounces in the inferred category at about 1.1 gram per ton. So it's a big asset. It's one of these has the potential to be a cornerstone asset for anyone really.
Okay, that's definitely quite a bit of gold. So if I'm an investor looking at you guys, I'm saying, okay, well, with indicated and inferred, and I know you're not allowed to combine the two, but retail investors are going to do it at home and they're going to add up those numbers and say, okay, there's over 6 million ounces of gold here from indicated to inferred. That sounds interesting. What's the plan here to get this stock moving? Or not the stock moving, but the project moving? Is there any sort of move towards trying to get some permitting towards production and financing towards production? Or are you guys just trying to prove
Yeah,
out the resource at this stage?
no, it's gone beyond that. I mean, look, there are really three pillars that the company is advancing all at the same time, right? Since 2021, the resource has over doubled in size. That sort of trajectory to me, and based on my global experience working on gold deposits around the world for majors and juniors, that's not done. We're going to see continued growth in and around the deposit, but also that blue sky. That's one pillar that we push ahead. Of course, when you've got a resource, 6 million ounces in the conceptual open pit, you got to throw it out in an economic study and show how this can perform. We've engaged with G Mining Services to do a PEA, really looking at taking advantage of the grade distribution. We really feel that there's higher grades at the start of production. Obviously, that's going to impact your payback very positively, and of course your IRR. So that's another pillar that we move forward. And then, of course, at the same time, permitting is we move it ahead equally in terms of our intent with it. I'm very happy to say after joining Goldshore on May the 1st of this year that it's been handled very well, the permitting, since the inception of the company. So company's 3.5 years old. We've got environmental baseline data for 3.5 years. We've got a couple of exploration agreements signed with First Nations. So all of this has been taken care of very well. The message that I have for Goldshore is we're not going to create our own bottleneck. We are actively engaging in this process every day.
What's the conversations you're having right now with institutional investors like? Have those really picked up?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think, one of the key events in the company recently was the strategic investment by Brian Pace Braga and the SAF Group in November of 2023, right? So the company at that time was highly undervalued. Brian and his group really saw just something that was completely disconnected from reality in terms of the value of the ounces in the ground versus how it was presenting as a market cap of the right? So they came in and basically did a $3.75 million financing at 10 cents a share. There was a 13-cent warrant attached to it. Those are 100% being exercised. And Brian and his group have continued to participate in the open market, subsequent financing. So really what we have now is a strategic backer. And, between board management and, of course, the strategic backing, we're 41% of the here now. Now that changes the dynamic of things, right? A junior company that's got a solid financial backing obviously is able to move forward. And that sort of frees up your conversation with institutions as well. They know that you're capable. They know that you can go raise the money. We just closed our financing here this morning to the tune of 13.9 million. So institutions are really seeing the story progress. Obviously, having G Mining come on as a super reputable, sorry about that, super reputable firm doing the economic study. I mean, that's going to be key in terms of attracting that institutional investment as well.
Okay, so Michael, last question for you. If I am an investor watching, or I'm looking for gold names, and I see the size of the indicated and inferred ounces of gold you guys have in the ground, what am I looking out for over the next year? Is it mostly just going to be exploration and development? What sort of catalysts or milestones should I be watching out for here?
Yeah, well, I think first off, we're going to be drilling right in the deposit, and really our goal here is really simple. We're blessed in that we can start converting some waste to ore within the conceptual open pit. So you're going to see a 15,000-meter program kick off this winter. We're also addressing the blue sky potential for new discoveries, which has never really been done on the property before. So that'll also be part of our winter program. But I think, the catalyst that we're all looking towards is obviously the results of the PEA coming out from G Mining in March of 2025. That's really going to inform the investment public. This is how the asset can perform. I mean, to my mind, this is quite a simple asset in a way. It's a large bulk tonnage asset in a single pit just off of the Trans-Canada Highway, 110 kilometers to the west of Thunder Bay. You couldn't put it in a better location. So it's totally buildable. We just have to demonstrate that it'll perform, and then obviously continue down the development track. So I expect 2025 to be, beyond the PEA coming out. We fully intend to advance this, at the speed at which it deserves, particularly in this gold price environment. So, continue drilling, looking to do infill programs, continued exploration, advanced permitting, and move this whole scenario ahead. Obviously our goal within the next, say, 2 years, 2.5 years would be to be launching into a pre-feasibility study and hopefully the formal permitting process as well.
Okay, well, Michael, thanks for hopping on here. I love seeing stories like yours that are starting to gain traction as the gold market picks up. It certainly feels from our perspective, like over the last month, things have really picked up. And I'm happy to see that things have definitely picked up for you guys, because you guys got a really, really interesting project that's got a lot of historic drilling in it, which for investors kind of looking for those companies that make sense for second tiers to start to eye, and you know how capital flows work. That's always an attractive
Yeah.
position to be in. So we appreciate you hopping on here, and let's chat in the future as you guys continue to roll out on your strategy.
Thanks very much for having me.
Thanks, Michael. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Also, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks, everyone.